is Brad Schlict. My title is Infrastructure Engineer, and the industry that I currently work in is third-party logistics. The solution we're discussing is NetApp ONTAP. Primary use case for ONTAP is VMware. We also use it for Exchange and file storage. So the primary features that are most important to me currently for ONTAP is stability, first and foremost, and then also the ability to automate. So ONTAP offers me PowerShell commandlets, as well as I can use Ansible via API to automate our day-to-day tasks. And previously it was all the other software as far as like Snap Manager and snapshotting, which a lot of other vendors didn't have. ONTAP's improving the organization basically by allowing us to automate. So because I can automate the day-to-day tasks when using NetApp storage, that frees us up to spend more time actually like forecasting and troubleshooting, and we're doing more planning with it. So stability is intermittent, I guess. Some of their products have been really good for us on certain versions. We have run into a bunch of bursts though. That's NetApp's word for their bugs or whatever. So stability has been the main complaint that I've had with the product, I guess. Because it's so feature rich and has so much software related to it, it does come with a decent amount of bugs. So we do a lot of upgrades to patch bugs. Scalability for us has been pretty good with ONTAP since it went from 7 mode to ONTAP. Now that we can cluster our environments and have multiple nodes in a cluster, we've been able to scale to the point that our organization requires as far as like capacity and performance. Tech support, so we don't go direct to NetApp, but when we do interface with NetApp directly, we've had pretty good support experience. There has been times where it's been difficult depending on who's on staff at that time and how long it takes to escalate, but recently we've worked with our account reps to kind of nail down that process on how to escalate immediately, and since we did that, we've had a lot better experience. We use Datalink, and it's been okay. Mixed reviews with that. You know, the whole you go to the reseller first and then to NetApp. So, I mean, the big problem ends up being like delay and escalation is kind of the only complaint there. Otherwise, they do provide additional stuff that NetApp wouldn't provide out of box, such as like architecture and design help. So in that aspect, it's been really great, but for support, it's kind of been easier just to go direct, in my experience. It was pretty straightforward. That's where the reseller provides a lot of value there. They have access to the NetApp tools, well, that NetApp would also have access to, but we kind of tell them the requirements and what we're looking for and what we're using it for, and they come up with the config, we look over it, maybe make some changes, go back and forth, and then come up with the final config. So we've had a good experience with that. I guess just like a continued focus on stability. Because there's so much software involved, it'd be really nice to just continue to have developers focus on that, because that's obviously like the most important thing in the end. And other than that, I think they're working on a lot of the stuff that I personally am looking for, as far as like more Ansible modules and PowerShell modules. So yeah. So in regards to how did we know we need a new solution, I've always worked with NetApp, although at this company, a previous company, we had another solution, and it came down to a feature set. So the solution we had didn't have the Snap plugins and integration with like VMware at the time, and also SRM. So at that point, it was the feature set that made us switch over to ONTAP. And then at my current company, it's more of deciding to stay with the technology, and that's because of the existing feature set and ability to automate with it. Yeah, so on a scale of 1 to 10, I would rate ONTAP as an 8 personally. I think from 7 mode, they've come a long way, and I really like the features that they include. I give it an 8, not out of a 10, because we've run into a lot of bugs, which have resulted in some like outages, so got to dock it there. But as far as feature set and automation, it's a great product. We've seen return on investment for ONTAP, specifically on the performance recently, where we had our file storage solution sitting on a hybrid storage solution, and we were having continuous performance issues as our workloads went up. And so we were able to put in a A300 all-flash array, and since we put that in, we've been under 1 millisecond latency latency and that's allowed us to not have delays in some of our EDI transactions, which leads to, obviously, that's our end customer that interfaces with that technology. So less outages equals more business, more profit, more revenue, immediate ROI. So yeah, we've been really happy with the new all-flash hardware solutions.